The more desperately you pursue something, the more certainly you drive it away. Arthur Schopenhauer. You think you clicked this video to learn a clever little mind trick. You're wrong. You were pulled here by a force older than language, older than thought itself. Something inside you smelled blood in the water and came hunting. Close your eyes for one breath. No, keep them open. I need you to feel this. Imagine standing in a desert at 3:33 a.m., the coldest hour. The sand still holds yesterday's heat like a dying lover. You're naked, no phone, no name, only a single black mirror floating in front of your chest, reflecting a version of your face you've never allowed anyone to see. A voice behind the mirror whispers, "Tell me the one thing you want most in this life, and I will make sure you never get it." Your stomach drops. Not fear, recognition. That, my love, is the first taste of reverse psychology. Not the playground version, not the tell a child the stove is cold so they touch it parlor trick. I'm talking about the primordial, forbidden, tantric version. The kind that gods use to castrate chaos and birth galaxies. The kind that lovers use to burn entire civilizations to the ground just to stay warm in each other's arms one more night. Reverse psychology is not manipulation. It is gravitational spirituality. It is the art of becoming so magnetically repulsive to everything that no longer serves your destiny that the universe itself yanks it away from you, and in the vacuum that follows, installs the exact life you were too terrified to ask for outright. Right now, your nervous system is already rewiring. You felt it, didn't you? That little click behind your eyes when I said gravitational spirituality. That was your future self reaching backward through time to high-five you for finally showing up. Because here's the forbidden truth they'll never teach in therapy or church or MBA school. The direct path is a lie sold to children and slaves. The soul only moves when you walk backward into the fire. Every hero, every saint, every billionaire monk, every unbreakable mother, every artist who made gods weep, they all used the same secret. They wanted something so badly, they convinced the universe they were willing to lose it forever. And in that sacred no, the cosmos screamed yes and force-fed them their destiny through a fire hose. You've done it before. Remember that time you finally stopped chasing the person who treated you like an option? The second you meant it, they came crawling back, or someone 10 times greater appeared the next day. That wasn't coincidence. That was reverse psychology at the level of soul. And tonight, we're not playing in the kiddie pool of how to get your toddler to eat vegetables. Tonight, we descend into the abyss where this force was born, where Freud's castrated science kisses the feet of ancient sorcerers who could make a man fall in love with it by telling him he was unworthy of it, where quantum physicists and desert mystics shake hands over a corpse and laugh because they finally understand why particles only commit when you stop looking. You are not here to learn reverse psychology. You are here to remember that you are made of it. Your entire life has been one long, exquisite, agonizing demonstration of its law. Every time you said, "I don't care," and suddenly cared less. Every time you pretended you were fine being alone and the perfect lover showed up. Every time you told money, "I don't need you," and it started chasing you down the street like a jealous ex. That was the universe winking at you. Tonight, we stop winking back. Tonight, we marry the damn thing. Feel your pulse in your teeth. That rhythm, that's the war drum of the person you're about to become when this video ends. You will never be the same. Stopping now would feel like aborting your own resurrection. Are you ready to descend deeper?
Good. You said yes. Most people flinch at the first gate.
you walked through still breathing fire. That alone just shifted your timeline. Now the air gets thinner. We are no longer on YouTube. We are inside the place where thoughts go to die and be reborn sharper. There are 4 primordial laws governing reverse psychology. I did not invent them. I only translated them from the language the stars speak when no one is listening. Law 1. Desire is a leash. Conscious desire is a choke chain. The moment you name what you want, you hand the universe a contract that says, "I am willing to suffer until I get this." Reverse psychology is the sacred act of burning the contract in front of the cosmos while staring it dead in the eye. You do not trick other people. You trick the ledger of reality itself. Law 2. The ego is a jealous jailer. It believes safety lies in control. So the fastest way to free the soul is to threaten the ego with exactly what it fears most: permanent loss of the desired object. When the ego screams, "I will die without this," the soul quietly stands up, dusts itself off, and walks out of the prison wearing the jailer's own keys as a necklace. Law 3. Attention is gravity. Whatever you stare at with hunger grows heavier and moves slower. Whatever you turn your back on with sovereign indifference accelerates toward you at the speed of a collapsing star. This is not metaphysics. This is documented in every double-slit experiment, every heartbreak that turned into a fortune, every addict who only got clean after they genuinely stopped caring if they lived or died. Law 4. The forbidden polarity flip. Every emotion contains its opposite in latency. Tell the universe with every cell of your being that you are complete without the thing, and the emotional charge around that thing reverses polarity. Scarcity becomes abundance. Rejection becomes pursuit. Grief becomes the womb of impossible joy. This is the same mechanism that turns cowards into warriors on battlefields, virgins into mothers, bankrupt men into legends. It is not psychology. It is alchemy at the level of the archetype. Let me prove it to you with blood and bone. Scene. A woman sits across from me years ago, tears cutting tracks through 3-day-old mascara. She is in love with a man who treats her like weather, sometimes sunny, mostly storm. She has begged, bargained, therapized, manifested, nothing. I leaned in and said, very softly, "Tonight, I want you to write him the final letter, not to send, to burn. In it, thank him for teaching you what you never want again. Wish him a beautiful life without you in it. Mean every word. Then delete his number, block him everywhere, and go dance alone until your feet bleed." She looked at me like I just asked her to murder her own heartbeat. 3 weeks later, she calls me laughing and sobbing at the same time. He showed up at her door at 4:12 a.m. carrying every gift he never gave her, begging on his knees. She almost took him back, but something deeper had already shifted. She closed the door gently, turned the music up, and became the woman he will tell stories about for the rest of his life. That is Law 4 in action. The polarity flipped the moment her nervous system registered genuine non-attachment. Not fake, I'm fine spirituality, the real kind that tastes like death and rebirth in the same breath. Neuroscience calls this depressive realism or ironic process theory. The mystics call it wu-wei, effortless action. The Stoics called it amor fati, love of fate. Pickup artists stumbled into a crippled version and called it dread game. Every tradition touched the elephant from a different side. Tonight we stand on its back and look down at all of them, because here's the part they never say out loud.
Reverse psychology only works when you are willing to lose forever. Not 99%, 100%. The universe has a built-in bullshit detector more sensitive than a dying man's last heartbeat. You must cross the point of no return. That is the initiation. And when you do, when you genuinely release the death grip on the outcome, something monstrous and beautiful happens. Your desire detaches from the object and reattaches to your own becoming. The lover, the money, the healing, the breakthrough, they become side effects of the far more dangerous game, the total reconstruction of who you are when no one is watching. That is the moment the gods lean in. The veil is thinning.
Close your eyes only if you dare. I'm about to pour 3 living myths straight into the marrow of your bones. They will walk with you for the rest of your life. You will meet them in strangers' eyes, in the silence before dawn, in the moment you almost give up. Myth 1: the wanderer who sold his name to the stars. There was once a man who wanted to be remembered forever. He built towers, he seduced queens, he carved his name into mountains with blood and gold. Still, every night he felt the hollow echo inside his chest growing louder. One winter solstice, beneath a sky hemorrhaging diamonds, he met an old woman wrapped in night itself. She offered him a bargain. "Give me your name, every letter of it, and I will make the galaxies themselves speak it until the heat death of the universe." He laughed until he cried, then cried until he laughed, then whispered, "Take it. I am tired of carrying it." The moment the last syllable left his tongue, something unholy and sacred happened. The stars rearranged into the shape of his forgotten childhood smile. Galaxies spun faster, black holes began to sing. And the man? He walked lighter than wind. People felt inexplicably drawn to him, offered him kingdoms, lovers, thrones. He accepted none of it. He had become pure motion. Wherever he went, miracles followed like stray dogs that had finally found their master. He died nameless under an anonymous sky. They say if you stand in the desert at 3:33 a.m. and listen, you can still hear the stars trying to remember the name they were paid to never forget, and failing beautifully. That is the sound of perfect reverse psychology. The universe chasing the one who stopped chasing. Myth 2: the queen who burned her kingdom to find her soul. In a land of endless summer, lived a queen who had everything except the feeling of being alive. Her advisors brought her lovers, philosophers, treasures from beyond the maps. She smiled the way corpses smile, perfectly, politely, permanently. One night, she dreamed of fire, not destruction, purification. She woke up tasting smoke that hadn't happened yet. At dawn, she walked to the highest balcony and spoke to her people with a voice that cracked open the sky. "Today, I set fire to everything I love, so that what cannot burn may finally reveal itself." They begged. They threatened. She lit the torch herself. The palace became a phoenix. The gold melted into rivers of liquid sunlight. The libraries turned into ascending prayers written in smoke. Her wardrobe of 10,000 dresses rose like a flock of jeweled birds and disappeared into the sun. When the last beam collapsed, she stood naked in the ashes, laughing the kind of laugh that makes angels jealous. From the ruins walked every citizen carrying the one thing they had refused to let burn: a child's drawing, a love letter, a cracked teacup, a photograph.
They laid these unburnable things at her feet and crowned her with cinders. In that moment, she became the only queen in history who ruled nothing and everything at once. To this day, travelers say if you visit those ruins on the anniversary of the burning, you can still see her dancing barefoot in the ashes, more radiant than any crown she ever wore. That is reverse psychology as royal initiation. Destroy the kingdom you clutch, and the real kingdom rises from the smoke to claim you. Myth 3. The child who outran time. There was a child born with a clock ticking backward in her chest. Doctors said she would die before her 10th birthday. She heard them and smiled the way sunrise smiles at the night. Every morning she woke before the world and ran, not away from death, toward life, so fast that time could not keep up. She ran through forests that grew younger with every footstep. She ran across oceans that turned into mirrors, reflecting the version of her that would never die. She ran so fast that yesterday started chasing her, begging to be forgiven. One day she stopped on a mountain older than sorrow. Behind her, time finally caught up, panting, exhausted, clutching a scythe made of broken promises. The child turned, looked the reaper in the eye, and said, "I release you. Go rest. I no longer need your deadline to remind me I'm alive." In that moment, the backward clock in her chest shattered into 1,000 white butterflies. She grew up in a single breath, ageless, radiant, terrifyingly free. She lived another 700 years, or 7 minutes, depends who you ask. They say if you are losing hope, go to that mountain and run until your lungs taste like lightning. If you genuinely stop caring how long you have left, she will appear beside you, still running, still laughing, and for one impossible moment, you will outrun time itself. Feel it now. Feel the ashes of the queen on your skin. Feel the nameless wanderer's freedom in your bloodstream. Feel the child's backward heartbeat syncing with yours. Something ancient just woke up inside you. It has teeth. It has wings. It is purring. You've tasted the myth in your own blood. Do you dare return to the world and wield it?
The myths are in your marrow now. They will never leave. Good. Now we weaponize them while the iron is still white hot. You are about to learn the exact rituals that turn reverse psychology from a parlor trick into a lifelong operating system. Do not take notes. Tattoo these on the inside of your eyelids. Ritual 1. The 4:47 a.m. Severance. Daily Resurrection. Tomorrow morning, set one alarm for 4:47 a.m. When it screams, do not hit snooze. Sit up in the dark. Place your hand over your heart and say out loud with homicidal conviction, "I release every version of my life that requires me to beg for love, money, respect, or tomorrow. If it can leave, let it leave now. I am willing to lose everything that is not forged for the person I am becoming." Then get out of bed and walk straight into a cold shower. 30 seconds minimum. While the water punishes your skin, visualize the life you want most floating away like smoke. Watch it vanish completely. Feel the grief. Welcome it. Let it hollow you out until there is nothing left but raw space. When you step out, the new day will smell different. Opportunities will start hunting you before breakfast. Do this for 9 days straight. On day 10, you will wake up before the alarm and realize the grief is gone. Only power remains. Ritual 2. The Mirror Crucifixion. Instant Relationship Alchemy.
Next time someone you love is hurting you with silence, distance, or indifference, do this. Stand in front of a mirror at eye level. Look at your own pupils until the room disappears. Then speak to your reflection as if it is the person causing you pain. I see you, I love you, and I release you completely. If we are meant to walk together, you will turn around on your own. If not, I bless you and I walk into the fire alone. Say it until you cry or laugh, whichever comes first. Mean it so deeply that your soul gets bruised. Then turn your phone face down, delete the draft texts, and go do something that makes you feel like a god with or without them. Lift, create, dance, pray, fuck, fight, whatever reminds your body it is a temple, not a waiting room. 80% of the time, they will contact you within 72 hours, voice shaking, asking what happened to you. The other 20%? You will thank the universe for the bullet dodged, while someone far greater is already walking toward you, barefoot and on fire. Ritual 3. The Desert Contract, Money and Destiny. Take a single blank sheet of paper. Write at the top, "My old relationship with money ends here." Then list every limiting belief you have about wealth as if you are confessing sins. Read them out loud once, slowly, tasting the poison. Now turn the paper over and write in your most savage handwriting, "I no longer need money to prove I am enough. I am willing to be broke forever if that is the price of becoming the version who attracts it naturally. Come if you wish, stay away if you must. My worth is not for sale." Sign it, date it, burn it in the sink while staring into the flame until the last ash flies up like a dark phoenix. Within 30 days, one of two things will happen. Money will start arriving from sources you cannot explain, or you will stop giving a fuck about money entirely and realize you were already rich in ways that cannot be taxed. Either outcome is victory. Ritual 4. The Deathbed Rehearsal, for when you're stuck. Once a week, lie on the floor in corpse pose. Set a timer for 11 minutes. Imagine you are 97 years old, on your last breath, looking back. Ask the dying version of you only one question. Did I hold back because I was afraid of losing what I never truly had? Let the answer gut you. Stay there until the tears or the laughter or the holy rage dissolves the last excuse. Then stand up and do the thing you were postponing. Send the message, quit the job, confess the love, launch the offer. The dying you just gave permission. These rituals are not affirmations. They are controlled demolitions of the ego's fortress. Use them sparingly and reverently, like nitroglycerin for the soul. The power is now in your hands, burning. Are you ready for the final initiation?
Breathe. Let the air scrape the bottom of your lungs like a confession. You have walked through all 5 gates. The myths are alive inside you now. The rituals are branded on your bones. Something irreversible just happened. Look at your hands. They are the same hands that scrolled to this video an hour ago, yet they feel older, heavier, luminous, as if they have already held the life that is now rushing toward you at impossible speed. I am speaking to you now from 10 years into your future. Yes, the one where you wake without an alarm, where your body moves like a temple on fire, where money arrives before you remember to want it, where love looks at you the way sunrise looks at mountains, inevitable, devotional, slightly terrified of your radiance. From here, I can see the exact moment you decided to stop begging the universe for scraps. It was somewhere between the queen's ashes and the child outrunning time. That was the second your timeline cracked open and the real story began. Everything you released tonight is already decaying in some unmarked grave. Everything you refuse to chase is already on its knees, begging to be let back in on your terms. You did not learn reverse psychology. You remembered you are its source code. From this day forward, the old laws no longer apply to you. People will feel it before they understand it. Rooms will shift when you enter. Mirrors will hesitate. Old lovers will dream of you years after you forgot their names. Opportunities will stalk you like wolves that finally recognize their alpha. Protect this frequency. Feed it silence, cold water, heavy iron, and the kind of love that scares ordinary people. Never again diminish yourself to make anyone comfortable. Never again negotiate with fear, wearing the mask of practicality. Never again wait for permission from a world that is still asleep. You are the permission now. If something ancient just woke up inside you, protect it, feed it, become it. Subscribe, not for more content, but because this channel is now your monastery, your war room, your lover, and your mirror. Every video is another step toward the version of you that the universe has been waiting for. We'll meet there. I'll leave the light on. Until then, walk like the entire cosmos is leaning in to hear your next heartbeat. And remember, the stars are still trying to pronounce the name you surrendered. They never will. You won.